Yes, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Feast. Let's get stuck straight in, shall we? We are in the middle of the worst cost of living crisis in living memory, but somehow this country can find £2 billion to spend on dealing with asylum seekers. Well, some of them are asylum seekers, of course. Some of them are just opportunistic chancers who recognise a soft touch when they see one. We spend around £11.5 billion a year on foreign aid as well, so countries like Pakistan can use it to help fund terror groups, or a band known as the Ethiopian Spice Girls can record another tone-deaf album. China can lie to us about a deadly virus, or poverty-stricken India can launch a space programme. We've spent £3.8 billion worth of aid and military support on Ukraine, as well as welcoming roughly 100,000 refugees from that war-torn nation at a significant additional cost to the taxpayer. Although in the case of Tony Garnett from Bradford, the cost to the taxpayer will have been the last thing on his mind as he decided to leave his partner and run off with the lovely Sophia. And I can't possibly begin to imagine why. My point here is that we're obsessed as a nation with spending money on people other than our own. People's energy bills are doubling, the elderly might freeze to death in their own homes, people are choosing between heating and eating, family pets are being sent to rescue shelters because they can't be looked after anymore, people can't pay rent, military veterans are homeless. We've never had more people with mental health issues than we have now. We've got the highest number of alcoholics, cocaine addicts and gambling addicts on record. You've got more chance of being cured by a magical African shaman than you do of getting a routine operation on the NHS. And yet, we keep ploughing ahead, paying for everybody else, paying for everybody else's problems. All these idiots who think we have a duty to help the world and everyone in it, even if they happen to look about 45 years old but claim to be a 16-year-old and arrive here illegally in a dinghy, those people are deluded, OK? Have you seen how this country is doing right now? Have you seen how the people already here are currently struggling? That attitude of we have to throw our arms around the world. I mean, it's like discovering that your own house is on fire, right? But instead of putting it out, you just nip next door to help your neighbour and block his guttering, for goodness sake. The latest solution we seem to have when it comes to stopping illegal immigration in the Channel is, get this, to put Albanian police on patrol in the UK. OK, let's just break that down a little bit. Albania is considered by some as being one of the most corrupt countries in the world, where organised crime bosses and drug lords have infiltrated the police force for generations. So forgive me for not thinking that that might be the best idea in the world. It would be like putting George Best in charge of a bar or Michael Jackson in charge of... Oh, no, sorry, you can't say that on national television, can you? My point is that it's OK to start lobbing money out to the world when times are good. Of course it is. But times aren't good right now. Times are tough. And I think we should start looking after our own more. Charity, just start at home.